I think we're on, Sue.
3, 2, 1. We are live.
Sue, we're on.
We are live
boy,
and in
Sue,
color.
it is
And look at how
amazing.
handsome you look.
I just changed.
You were just amazing.
You like that, huh?
Yeah.
I didn't want to do. Listen, we were just talking to Debbie Gibson, doing a little show with Deb. It's going to air a little later on tonight. You'll see it live as it happens. Blah 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 blah. What if she showed us around her place?
Showed
we
us around
sang.
her place. We saw Liberace's piano. It was pretty fantastic.
We laughed. We cried.
Which is why we're a little late today.
Really
I have to explain that. That's why we're a little late today.
That's why we're a little late, Debbie. We could have spoke to her for 2 hours.
Like 8 minutes late. Okay.
Yeah, we're 8 minutes late. The good thing is nobody cares, Jeff.
You can't keep the fans waiting. We're
But
on a schedule here.
She's got all those people on corral. Don't worry about that.
It's all good. It's all good. Guys, we got a great show for you today. We got Michelle Pais, Jonathan Steingraber coming up. They are from this show, Sue.
24-hour flip.
24-hour flip.
Which I don't even understand how they do that.
We're going to talk about it because it's kind of insane. It makes the other shows look like, like a Girl Scout picnic.
Yeah, they're slacking.
They're taking way too much time on these other shows to flip these home. And then Steve Gaspar from the Hollywood All-Stars is here. He is an all-world organist, pianist, Sue, Grammy-nominated songwriter, former Epic CBS recording artist. I mean, the guy was a keyboardist for James Brown.
Stories. Can you imagine those stories from James Brown days?
It's unbelievable. Peter Criss, who used to be with Kiss. He's done it all. They've got the Hollywood All-Stars, and it really is. It's a compilation of amazing studio musicians. Some of the guys from David who used to play with Letterman,
right?
And they are absolutely fantastic. But Michelle and Jonathan,
my kind of show. This is my
Jeff's a studio musician.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Jeff used to play with Murray Abramowitz.
Oh yes, from upstate.
Upstate, the dentist.
Yes,
Murray
the dentist.
Abramowitz had a band.
I played with Hendrix.
Great bar mitzvahs.
Yeah.
I played with Hendrix.
And he played with Hendrix. This guy.
Okay. Bob Hendrix.
Bob Hendrix. Okay. You know Bob Hendrix?
Jimmy's cousin?
He's an accountant.
No.
Bob Hendrix.
In Roslyn.
And I'm a studio musician. I have a studio apartment and I play in it.
Yeah, but what are you playing there in that studio apartment?
Hey-o.
Listen, we got busy people. Michelle and Jonathan they're at the airport, so we got to catch them before they get on the plane.
Great show.
Here we go. Let's light it up in a little 3, 2, 1. Go.
The Suki and Scott Show.
This is one of the funnest shows I've ever done.
Lady, when you're with me, I'm smiling.
It's musical. It's magical.
Suki and Scott, that's 7 of hearts. Exactly.
What she said.
This is a sexy show.
Someone's getting some action.
Now, these larger-than-life personalities are on an exciting new journey as they bring you the Suki and Scott Show.
You guys nailed it. You're great. You ask great questions. You listen.
I answered you because I have respect for you guys, and it was a question respectfully put.
The Suki and Scott Show is your one-stop destination for humor.
You like De Niro and Cape Fear. Counselor!
Entertainment.
Jesse's girl!
Wonderful.
Can you paint with all the colors of the wind?
And optimism.
You guys have such amazing energy.
Ultraviolet light gets in there and it just fights the kung flu. Is that right? Okay.
Let's laugh together.
I love him.
The Suki and Scott Show.
That's the best intro for a show I maybe have ever seen. Your intro is fantastic.
Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Suki and Scott Show number 4. What is it? 403? 404?
I think we're on
405?
404.
Suk, what's going on, babe? What a run we are having.
An incredible run. And the celebrities continue to grow. I mean, from Debbie Gibson to George Lopez.
Jeez Louise.
And now we are moving to the flip side of town, apparently.
Suki, I got to tell you.
So I'm big into renovation.
I know you are, and I like the way you weave that in. Here's the thing. So Michelle Pais and Jonathan Steingraber, a lot of folks on these other shows call them Grabber. And I just think that, they're just not as seasoned enough like we are. So it's Steingraber. They're on the show on A&E called 24-Hour Flip.
So basically the premise is you've got 24 hours to flip a home.
Here's the deal. I'm going to tell it to you, but I still need to know how it works. So they have guys working, like 60 workers, 12 hours on a Friday.
Oh, I need them at my house.
12 hours on a Saturday. And then Sunday, bing, bang, boom, we're ready to roll. Michelle's got an open house.
Not even dry.
Suki, when I'm spending all this time watching on all those other shows, they're flipping homes. We got to watch them go to Home Depot and Lowe's. We got to watch them pull stuff out. We got to watch them get the material.
Move the pipes.
This is bing, bang, boom. It takes a month to do it. This is 24 hours, my friends.
I don't understand the concept.
24 hours.
I mean, I've just been asking my husband to clean the attic for the last, I
Never
don't know, about 5 years.
Yeah.
It hasn't happened.
Suki,
so 24 hours to flip a home, paint it, and renovate it. I find that incredible.
Suki, I had a guy come into my house last month.
He's still there
to change the crank handles on the windows.
The old school windows.
Yeah, the crank windows, right?
Yeah.
So he gave me a whole list of things to order. I still haven't done it. So they're turning over a house in 24. I can't get my window cranks changed. It's been a month. So it's 24-hour flip on A&E. Michelle and Jon, what a great story.
We'll talk about how they met.
They're married now, and I mean, she's got one of the biggest realty firms in New Jersey.
Yeah.
And then later on, Steve Gaspar from the Hollywood All Stars, an insane musician.
Musician.
Yeah, and he's a magician on the organ and the piano. I'll tell you that.
I was going to say, is he a magician too?
These guys, Suk, he put together a group. It's almost like a group of hitmen. And when I mean hit, I mean song hits, because these guys are insane musicians. He's coming on. He's going to play a little bit. We're going to talk about the Hollywood All Stars. Really quick before we get to Michelle and Jonathan, Mother's Day, dude, is coming up. You got to be all kinds of jacked up.
I'm all kinds of jacked up, and I'm just really excited. Have you gotten your wife a gift?
As a matter of fact, Suki, yesterday I did get my wife.
So these are some of the bizarroest things that I've ever seen.
Not gonna ask me how much I spent.
I'm like a very. What did you get?
How much I spent?
You got her a cup last year with your picture on it. I don't know.
True, and she uses it sparingly.
Apparently, Scott got her.
Oh, you remember that one? You remember that?
A picture.
No, it was the one, but when you put the hot water in.
Yes, your face appears.
Your face appears. And I ordered it from China. I didn't know it was coming from China. By the way, I ordered it for Valentine's Day, Suki.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It came by Mother's Day of that year. But it was a fine, but I spent over 300 bills yesterday.
That's huge for you. Yeah.
I spent over 300.
What did you get?
I can't tell you in case she's watching.
All right.
I don't want to tell you.
Is it a spa day?
It might be, might not be.
All right. Well,
so I'll divulge.
I'm going to tell you the top 10 gifts to give mom this year.
Go ahead, run them through.
I mean, this is that I've a weighted blanket.
Weighted blanket for extra warmth? Like one of those x-ray blankets they throw on you?
I was like, what is mom, a dog? Like she needs a weighted blanket to hold her down?
Feels like you're being held.
And then there's also this thing, like they want everybody to get, like, because everyone's into coffee, anything, that foamer.
Oh, with the heat, it looks real.
Would you get your wife
No, we're not into the foam. Unless it's
a suitcase, your wife likes to travel.
My wife would throw me out the door unless there were tickets to somewhere in that suitcase.
An ebook reader.
That's not fun.
I mean, I feel like everybody has an ebook reader, so I don't know.
Here's an ebook reader. Get out. What else?
I mean, it's kind of like, I'm like, is it?
Nothing.
Oh, a beach chair?
No. Again, honey, here's your beach chair. Oh, by the way, you're going to be sitting in the Bahamas.
Body butter for mom?
Body butter. Now you're talking my language, Sue.
Yeah, everyone's really into this hand blender, the foamer thing.
Really? That's it?
I'm like, really?
All right.
I don't want a beach chair. I'll tell you that. You know what I want?
Body butter.
I want peace and quiet. I want everybody to leave me alone.
Just get the hell out.
No, and let me sleep and not even bother me. Like that might be like a day to just sit in your robe and watch Netflix
and rub on some body butter.
Watch Netflix all day with every curtain.
I'm getting you
drawn, and you just sit there.
Nice. All right.
But happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Hope your weighted blanket helps you.
Body butter it is, ladies and gentlemen. Honey, here's your new suitcase.
Bye-bye. Goodbye to the body butter and the weighted blanket.
Ladies and gentlemen, Michelle Pais, Jonathan Steingraber coming up. They are the stars of 24-Hour Flip on A&E. Here's a little preview, and then we bring them in on the other side. Take a look.
In the 30 seconds it takes for you to watch this, stars of 24-Hour Flip have already repainted a window.
We have 24 hours to do this house.
Hanged a cabinet.
On a regular job, this is like the 3-week mark.
And grouted bathroom tile. So what could they do in a day?
We can do whatever we want. This is New Jersey.
We're done, baby.
We make a good team.
24-Hour Flip. New series premieres Saturday, February 25th at noon. Part of Homemade Nation on A&E.
Love it. Welcome
there
to
they
the
are,
A&E
ladies
family.
and gentlemen. What's going on, Michelle and John?
Hello. Thanks for having us.
All right, so where are you guys
Yeah,
joining?
what airport
Where
are you in
we?
right now?
Yeah, we're in Newark Airport. We apologize for the background noise. We just happen to be traveling at the same time as the interview, so we're squeezing it in here before we jump on our flight.
So are you
We
guys
can renovate
filming?
homes in 24 hours. We can do an interview in 24 minutes in an airport.
That's true. That's true.
Are you guys filming right now, in the middle of filming, or is that?
No, we filmed our first 12 episodes, and the season the season finale is airing this Saturday, and they're putting in an order for new episodes.
Hey, congratulations!
Friday we're gonna find out. So yeah.
Okay, we'll
that's
put some
great.
positive
Yeah,
energy
that's
your
great.
way.
24-hour flip on A&E. When does it air, the final episode?
Saturday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard on A&E.
Saturday at 12 noon.
Okay, so who came up with the concept 24-hour flip?
Yeah, and how the hell do you get it done?
I'll let you answer that one.
Yeah, so I came up with the concept. I was very frustrated at the traditional renovation process, and we just kept slimming the time down more and more and more. And we said, why can't we, change how the renovation game is played? And we gave it a shot, and it worked. And we were like, wow, like this actually can happen. And ever since, we've been doing it. I'm never going back to the traditional renovation way.
All right, and everybody's going to hold you guys accountable.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You did it in 24 hours on the show. Why is my house not done?
So let me ask you a question, guys. So, I mean, I have to assume you're not just showing up on that first Friday. Everything it has to already be ready to go by that Friday. Is that the way it works?
Yeah, Michelle picks, all the finishes. We make all our decisions ahead of time when we tour on the property. And then, of course, we buy all the materials. And we have a few rules for that.
Yeah. I mean, we're very well organized at this point. It's like a well-oiled machine, right? Of course, there's always some challenges that come into play throughout the process. Unknowns, which you'll see throughout the show. There's a lot of surprises that we encounter. But it is challenging to be able to design in minutes, really. I have minutes to pick the finishes and all the products we want for the house. And I guess the biggest challenge is making sure that everything's in stock. But we do, we prepare. So we are very well organized in that aspect.
Yeah, I mean, there was a time where we bought a house, we closed on the house on Thursday, and then we renovated it Friday and Saturday, and Michelle did the open house on Sunday.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
That was the one in South Boundbrook, New Jersey, yeah. So, while we're under contract, ideas to minimize expenses, because holding costs are so high with interest, taxes, insurance, maintenance, utilities. So, it takes us, quite a bit of time to get all the materials and order things that are in stock and in budget. And I throw some curveballs at Michelle sometimes because I don't have a choice because not everything is in stock.
I can only imagine. What was it like, first of all, working with each other under that sort of pressure cooker situation on television and being taped? Did you like what you saw? Were you able to help with the final edit?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, John and I mean, we are both, we have such a strong work ethic, and we met through work, and our business, our life is just in general chaotic because we always have something going on. We're also in the real estate business, so, it's a stressful business, and I think working together, does it add an extra layer of stress? Of course, but I also feel that it has also brought us together because I think we find a new level of appreciation for each other and for what we do.
Yeah, we met in the business, and we're still in the business. So.
And now you're in the TV business.
Now you guys are in the TV business.
Now we're on TV and married and in the business.
And in the business. That's a good business.
Now, how did the whole marriage part come about? Like, did you guys started dating from meeting each other in the business?
I asked him to marry me. No, I'm just kidding.
Did you?
Is that true, John?
No, when we first met, I'm going back maybe 10 years ago. We first met 10 years ago. He was an investor. I was a real estate agent. He called me looking to hire me for one of his properties, but unfortunately we did not get along.
The interview didn't go well.
It didn't go well. I didn't pass the test, and he failed his. So, 5 years later, we reconnected, and it was definitely love at second sight in our case, but very quickly, I think 2 months into our courtship, he proposed, and we got married, a year later. So,
wow. So how long have you been married now?
10 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, this was 10 years ago. Now, John, I'm thinking, the male preconceived notion here, kind of like we had Debbie Gibson on earlier. Did you knew Michelle, you knew of her when you tried to hire her at that very first call? Like was that kind of like a little?
I saw her, basically signs, and she would list everything in that town, right? So, I've always been a believer, like up until that point, like, whoever's the top agent in that area, I'm going to hire that agent, right? And I would see her every time I would go through Westfield, Mountainside, Scotts Plains, Summit, all these towns. And, when I had a house in Springfield, all her signs were there. So I gave her a call, and I was interviewing her to hire her, but I didn't hire her. But she did sell the house, which is funny. So,
Michelle was like the top realtor in New Jersey.
No, I know that. I know. But I'm just thinking, if it was like a 65-year-old guy with gray hair on those signs, how differently your life would have worked out.
No,
John.
that's not the way I work. I could care less.
Yeah,
I'm just teasing you, but I'm just teasing you.
Listen, I'll be honest with you. I made the first move. I asked him to dinner, and you know what he says to me?
What?
He goes, "Hold on a second, I gotta check my calendar." And he pulls out his phone. I'm like, "Really?" like, I don't care what you have on your calendar. You make sure that you take this dinner date, and that's really.
I love it.
That's how it started. Yeah, and ever since then we've been inseparable. And when you work together, we work together. My partner in life, my partner in crime.
We have a beautiful daughter.
And we run a business, and it's challenging. We do everything together, but again, I think we just we're better as a couple than we are independently. So.
Yep.
So how did the whole process of pitching A&E come about? Like, okay, so you work together. You both have an industry that you've created together. John, you came up with the idea of a 24-hour flip, but
it hasn't been done. I guess.
And it hasn't been done. So you have this like this aha moment of, wow, I'm going to be able to flip the industry of whatever it is in television right now, what people are seeing, and I'm going to try and do something different. So how did you take it from like inception in your brain to actually the thing actually coming out on A&E?
Well, we closed on a house. We were under contract on a house, and I was like, this seems like the perfect one to try it out on. And I was like, just in case this works, let's record the whole thing. And that's what we did. We recorded the whole thing, and we hired an entertainment attorney, and we hooked up with a production company. They thought it was a great idea, because we're not producers. And we found a production company that loved the idea, and they were like, this is going to end up on TV. So, let's edit the sizzle and send it out. And we interviewed with a bunch of companies, and we got a few of them interested, and we ultimately went with A&E because we thought it was a good audience. Yeah.
Wow. Listen, I hope you guys don't mind. I just came up with a great idea. I'm going to start producing 23-hour flips and see if we can get it done.
We're going to do 1 hour better than you.
Do it. You'll be balder than I am.
Oh, I can imagine, man. No, so playing around with the time, right? I mean, even if you guys would have made it 48-hour flip, right?
It still
would have been insanely quick and different than what everybody else is doing, but you really went for that. And the people that you have working for you, I assume it's the same workers every time. And these guys and girls know exactly, boom, 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 what they're doing to get it done.
Yeah, we don't have the same exact people every single time. We have, 2 sets of plumbers, 2 sets of electricians, et cetera, because if a team's on vacation or, whatever, we have to adapt. So, we're always looking to add, contractors and, people to the team to make sure that we're always doing things better, more efficiently. And so it's not the same team every week.
What was the best part of doing it on TV, and what was the worst challenge? What was the worst thing about it?
The best part about doing it on TV, here's the thing, this is what we do in, day out. I don't think the cameras, it was almost background noise to us. So having the cameras there or not having the cameras there didn't really change anything.
Yeah,
How about doing intros and outros in front of a camera?
No,
I need
I mean,
you to
now,
say this. I need you to say that.
It wasn't difficult. We, you know, when we signed up with A&E, we had some specific terms that we needed to make sure, you know, because TV, you never know, right? And one of the things was it has to be authentic.
Right.
You know, you guys, if we go over, we go over.
Right.
You know, if we finish early, we finish early. If we lose money on a house, you got to show that. And that's what the worst part was, that we didn't know how they were going to portray it, because you film, you know, 30 hours between the tour, the open house, and the 24-hour renovation, and then you bring it down to 40 minutes, and you have a mic on the whole time, you have a camera in your face the whole time, and you really don't know what they're going to put in. And you know, they really kept their word with, you know, being authentic about it and not like, you know, messing with the edit to, you know what I mean, like how they.
I think that, I mean, honestly, that's why. And that's why America has fallen in love with you guys, because the simple fact that you keep it authentic, you keep it real. If you're going to lose the money, you're going to lose the money. If you make the money, you make the money. And obviously, you're doing very well for yourselves.
Yeah, listen,
having A&E look at you is huge in itself.
Yeah, as long as it's entertaining and it's good content, and you guys are fun to watch, and it's fun to watch you guys go through the ups and downs of trying to get this done. Because for someone like me, who I know nothing.
I hate renovation.
Right, I could change a light bulb. That's it.
I hate it.
You know, but for someone like me to watch that, even when I was watching the trailer, I was like, "Damn, this is unbelievable." I wouldn't even know the first place to start. But Michelle, I wanted to talk about your brokerage, Signature Realty. It's one of the largest, if not the largest, independent firm in New Jersey, right?
Yeah, we have 450 agents, a little more now, 6 offices. So why don't you talk about, like, you know, what you focus on?
Yeah, I do a lot of, so Signature Realty was born 14 years ago, and I had started the company, and I just wanted to, you know, I'm an entrepreneur by heart, and I just wanted to do something a little different and unique. So we are a luxury real estate brokerage, and it's coincident. You know, it's ironic because a lot of the homes on 24-hour flip are not luxury, right? Because you can't take a home and renovate it in 24 hours. You know, it's just, you can't take a $5 million home and renovate it in 24 hours. Or not yet,
What she's saying is she has no choice but to sell the houses that I flip.
But yeah, so our brokerage is really, it's a luxury real estate brokerage. We're very different. We're very unique. We're a marketing company first, real estate agent second. We're non-traditional, and you know, it just grew. And with, you know, Jon and I mean, Jon also comes from a real estate background, and when we partnered up, I mean, he is responsible for the growth of the organization. Yes, we have a huge team now. We have over 500 agents. We have, you know, a whole team behind us. Without them, we wouldn't be where we are. And we're growing by a lot. And the show has definitely put us in a different light as well. But it's interesting that, you know, our brokerage, we do it all. We can take homes, we renovate homes, we flip homes. You know, we sell ultra high net worth, you know, ultra luxury homes. You know, we're a marketing company, and we also are launching. We have a ton of services as well. We have interior design service, staging services, moving services.
Wow!
We are literally
You're a full service industry. Oh my gosh!
Yeah. And you know,
all under one roof. That was the vision.
What we like to talk about when we come on things like this is, Michelle and I started with nothing. You know, her family was, you know, from Portugal, and they grew up with very, very humble beginnings. My parents never owned a piece of real estate in their entire lives. And, you know, we've been able to not only, you know, flip properties, build a business, build a brokerage, impact other people's lives through the vehicle of real estate. And, you know, the message is it only takes one generation, right? So we didn't start with anything. I had a lot of adversity growing up. You know, my father actually murdered my mother when I was 10 years old. And my dad killed himself in prison. You know, my dad was a paranoid schizophrenic.
Oh,
we lost you. There we go.
Yeah. No, just say that whole thing over again. Just say that whole thing over again. I know. I love the story that you're saying that you could change things in one generation, because there's no other country that you could do that in except this country. So, you know, you're sharing such a poignant moment with our audience. I just wondered if you could share that with us again.
You know, when I was 10 years old, my father had an episode, and he murdered my mother. I was 10 years old. I had a little brother and an older brother. My dad got 40 years in prison, 30 years for manslaughter and 10 years for child endangerment.
Jeez.
And then he killed himself in prison 8 years after, getting sentenced. And, you could go through really hard things, and you could still end up on top. You can have it all. You can have love in your life, right? You can be healthy, you can be wealthy. And, as long as you take all the adversity that you've gone through and say, what are 3 good things that came out of this, and try to focus on that, that's kind of our message, right, to the world. Like, we don't come from anything. It's not easy being on TV from the perspective of, the spotlight and everything, and all the hate and the comments and stuff like that. People have nothing better to do. But we do it because if it impacts a few people's lives, and if we can show people that you could do real estate as a vehicle to also achieve financial independence and to grow, even if it's on your shoulders to be the person that turns everything around in your family, then you can do it. We've done it. We're good examples of that, and we love to show that. That's what it's all about for us.
Fantastic.
That is so inspirational on so
Really
many
cool.
levels, and thank you so much for sharing that. I mean, that's just beautiful. I mean, listen, I think your messaging is so on brand. I think 24-hour flip is like incredible. And the two of you are just absolutely so lovable. And the fact that you weren't even going to say yes to her to go on a date, I can't understand. Look at how beautiful she is.
You know what? He was going to say, he was playing it off. John, I know
He was playing hard to get.
It's fine, but I would have done the same thing.
Let me check my Google Calendar.
You could take your Google Calendar, and you know what you can do with that.
You can't be too attainable. You know what I mean? That's what I like to say.
Right.
24-hour flip on A&E.
We're keeping our fingers crossed so you guys
Saturday
get picked
noon.
up.
Now, did I read that they're also going to pop it on Lifetime as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
Starting in May, they're doing old episodes again, but you can watch it on demand. I think it's on Hulu too, right?
It is, yeah. It's streaming on Hulu.
I love it. It's great, man. Where are you guys headed? Somewhere fun or for work?
We're going to Mexico for a wedding.
Oh, nice. Enjoy.
Beautiful.
Hope you guys get to relax and not deal with work too much,
Probably not going to happen.
Michelle
so
Pais,
much,
Jonathan Steingraber, guys, thank you so much for popping in from
I love
the
your
airport.
love story. I love your backstory, and I love the fact that you're helping other people also attain their dreams of being a homeowner.
When they pop you guys into prime time and you get too big, you come back on. You promise you won't forget.
100%. Thank you. We love your show.
Enjoy
the trip, guys. Thank you so much.
Safe trip.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Wow, unbelievable story.
What a story.
Yeah, no, and it's funny because I had read about his dad and this paranoid schizophrenia. And I didn't even want to bring it up unless he did.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess, listen.
It's his story.
His story and Michelle's story. Their parents were both immigrants, all 4 of them. So you talk about the American dream, Sook.
In one generation, and that's what you don't really think about it because there's so many of us that are like, yeah, it's not possible. Yeah, we can't do it, but it's just real like sheer will and determination. Kind of like what we're doing with the show. It's really your sheer will and determination. And for anybody that's watching, it's really just, Scotty's always been the sort of the most. What are you doing? Are you like
Suki? It's this vodka that keeps me going.
No, you have always been the man that's kind of like pushing this vehicle across, and and you've pushed it across so many different thresholds.
Suki, we're pushing. By the way, speaking of pushing, the show starts on USA Today network of channels on May 22nd.
Excellent.
So all the Suki and Scott shows are going to start running there. The new shows, the old shows, and also very soon, within a matter of days, we're also going to be available on podcasts wherever your podcasts are downloaded. Suki,
yes,
wherever you hear your podcast.
Audio.
So the Suki and Scott show make great audio podcasts, ladies and gentlemen, because the interviews we have are just
the
fantastic.
Conversations are pretty intense sometimes, and a lot of people share so many parts of their lives that, for instance, like you just heard Jonathan share something that was just so poignant. It makes you just kind of stop and freeze and listen and see,
Listen, when you're a kid, if your dad murders your mother and your father kills himself in prison,
and then you're left
who
alone.
knows where that child is going to veer off, right? And he literally, look at where he is right now.
God bless him. Yeah.
And like he said, now his generation is different from what his parents' generation was.
And also Michelle growing up as a Portuguese American,
Yeah.
you know, finding her way within her community and, you know, helping her parents. You know, it's the total immigrant's tale. You know, we get that. I get that tale very well.
So here's the wild card on this entire day. As you folks know, we do the show live, but we're also recording it for future use. Steve Gaspar is coming up. We don't know. We're having trouble with Steve's camera. So you're going to get to watch live in action, whether this works or not. So
The behind the scenes.
Yeah, the behind the scenes.
Of the behind the scenes.
If it doesn't work, we're going to have to punt and figure something else out. But before we do that, here's a little message. Our good friends, Barish and McGarry, the lawyers for the 9/11 community, that's how you say it. And then we'll come back on the other side and hopefully we can get Steve in here. Take a look. Hey, everybody, it's your pal Suki and Scott here with a very important message from our friends at the law firm of Barish and McGarry.
Did you live, work, or go to school in Lower Manhattan below Canal Street, either on 9/11 or in the 8 months after?
If you did, you need to contact Barish and McGarry at 911deadline.com. I know several people who did, and they are very happy right now.
And you too may be eligible for free lifetime health care as well as an award from the 9/11 Victim Compensation Fund.
Suk, let's say it again. Free lifetime health care. Our government created these programs for everyone who was breathing in all that toxic dust.
But you see, a lot of people aren't enrolling because they think it's only for first responders.
Couldn't be further from the truth. The fund is also for office workers who were working downtown at the time.
Also, the 25,000 downtown residents. How about the 50,000 students and teachers who are also in the area?
And even if you're currently healthy, you can get in touch with Barish and McGarry at 911deadline.com. They're the lawyers for the 9/11 community.
It's 911deadline.com.
But where are we?
Where are we?
You forgot to put the camera on?
No, it's the cord.
Let's see.
Hey!
There we are. There we are.
And there we are.
We're in.
I thought we were going to have issues too, but thank you.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. What's going on?
And thanks to our friends at Barish and McGarry for always supporting us.
Yes.
I just wanted to say that wasn't coming from the control room.
Yeah, no, that was our camera here. All right, so Jeff, let's do this before we give Steve the introduction. Let's bring him up and see if we can fix this. We're going to do it right here. Let's see.
Okay, here he comes.
Give it a
Hey,
whirl.
Steve, here we go.
All right. Listen, guys, I have checked all my permissions on my end. You have permission to use my camera. However, the start cam button on my end is blacked out. So I don't know if there's something on your end, but I can't even click on start cam on my end.
Let's see. Hold on. Let me see if there's anything.
Yeah, there's something blocking it. It must be a license or some
Well,
sort
no,
of.
I mean we haven't had any problems in 402 shows, but Steve might have something on his end.
Yeah.
If you can help me out, I'm happy to try something.
Sure.
Yeah, Steve, maybe you just play and we'll look at the icon.
Steve, you're like the voice from like heavens
Steve,
to heavens right now. You sound wonderful.
You sound great, bud.
So we're 50% there.
Yeah, we're almost. Let me see.
Let's see.
Remove from stream. Blah blah blah. No, there's nothing here that gives us the ability.
No, it's automatic from our Broadcast Central StreamYard, and it just
You know what I'm seeing? You're in the show. Everyone can see and hear you. And I know I don't look like that white dot. I'm much better looking than that.
So, Steve, is your camera enabled on your computer?
It is. And as I said, I did a couple of Zoom meetings this morning and everything was working fine.
Unbelievable. Well, listen, here's what I want to do.
Go ahead, Scott. What do you think?
Luckily, this isn't life or death, and we could always come back to this another day that works for you and test it out. But what I want to do is I want to show people exactly the kind of talent that we're dealing with right here. And I know you got
super celebrity.
I know you get the living in America. I want to show that too. But what I want to do is I want to show you, because I found something from a few years ago that just blew me away, and I loved it. So here it is. I just want everybody to see who the man behind the icon is.
You're scaring me now, Scott.
Yeah, take a look right here.
Boy, you guys do some digging, huh?
Yeah, baby. I thought that was fantastic. I always thought I love the organ. I always loved the organ, man. And it had like the 2-3 levels and just fantastic. Steve, so what should we do? I mean, for some reason,
you want to do this interview? We really can't.
I know we can't.
You know what? If you could just show out with some very handsome pre-approved pictures, and I'm happy to talk. You know what? I want you guys to know how excited I was to be able to speak with you. You know.
Now you see us up on the screen.
Yeah, that's me. That's me again.
Okay, so
he sees us.
So you see us.
I see those.
The only thing that's
and
not.
I wish I could click on Start Cam.
Jeff, what happened, Jeff? Bring him back. What'd you do?
There.
That just cut off. I mean, I don't know what's going on. I think there's aliens in the control.
No, you know,
sure.
I clicked on where it says Start Cam. I tried it again, and that's what happens. It shuts everything down.
Yeah, and technology is great when it works.
Yeah.
So the Start Cam on your phone and your computer, you got both.
Yeah. I tried my phone video as well, and that didn't work either. You know what I'm going to have to do, Scott? I think for our next show, I'm going to get a big white dot, and I'm going to put it right where the keyboard is. There, exactly. So exactly. I think that'd be kind of cool. There goes Steve.
Listen, Steve, never fear, man. We'll get you on. We could test a couple days in advance. We could pop in. We could do it maybe next Thursday, whatever's good.
Listen, I will make myself available for both of you. I love the show. I'm thrilled that you guys want to at least talk about our new record, Field of Praise. So let's get it out.
Jeff, obviously we won't be able to use this for the regular TV shows, but while we got the live action going, Jeff, hit a little "Living in America" that's up there.
Living in America.
Amazing.
Of course, Steve was a keyboardist for James Brown and so many others. Steve, listen, what we'll do is we will try this again, and hopefully listen. Like I said, we've had over 800 guests, and congratulations, my friend. You are the first one that we could not fix.
Well, you know what?
The other guy. The actor. Why am I
Steve
forgetting?
Gutenberg?
Steve
No,
Gutenberg.
but Steve was just in a bad location. We saw his camera work.
Okay, yeah.
The whole camera is just not working.
Maybe I should change my name. Maybe it's something with Steve. That might be part of the problem.
Yeah. Even Marilyn McCoo and Billy Davis Jr. got their phone number.
Well, listen, I do love you guys, and I'm sorry for the technical difficulties here, but let's definitely try to get it worked out. I'd love to see you. I'd love for you to see me.
Okay,
we'll set it up, bud, and we will get this back 100%.
Thank you, guys. Love you both.
All right, my man. Take care.
Bye-bye now.
Well, that was a great show. It was funny as anything, I got to say.
Really? That's not bad. We should. Listen, if we sent that to a TV place, they'd be like, "What the hell is this?
What is going on?"
Well, ladies and gentlemen, listen. That's the end of the show. Coming up later on tonight, 7:00, we have Debbie Gibson on the show. She joins us later on from Las Vegas. We have so much to talk about with Debbie, and it's Suk. Happy Mother's Day!
Thank you so much.
Happy Mother's Day to everybody out there, and hope you get good gifts. Hope you get some. What was
weighted blankets?
What was the buttercream, Suki?
Oh, body butter.
Body butter. Hope you get some body butter.
You like that?
I like the body butter. I'm gonna buy that for my wife.
You spent $300 already.
Oh yeah, I know I did. We really went all out on this one. And that's the story, everybody. We love you guys. We got Phil's going to close us out because Philly Kid's been so busy, we haven't even been able to book Phil to come on this
he's
show.
been acting and doing other different things.
But of course, we love to leave you with Phil doing a little singing. So here's Philly Kid on the way out. Happy Mother's Day, and we love you guys. Mwah. See you later.
I can see her lying back in her satin dress in a room where you do what you don't confess. Sundown, you better take care if I find you've been creeping round my back stairs. Sundown, you better take care if I find you've been creeping round my back stairs. She's been looking like a queen in a sailor's dream, and she don't always say what she really means. Sometimes I think it's a shame when I get feeling better when I'm feeling no pain. Sometimes I think it's a shame when I get feeling better when I'm feeling no pain. I can picture every move that a man could make. Getting lost in her loving is your first mistake. Sundown, you better take care if I find you've been creeping round my back stairs. Sometimes I think it's a sin when I feel like I'm winning when I'm losing again, yeah. I can see her looking fast in her faded jeans. She's a hard-loving woman, got me feeling mean. Sometimes I think it's a shame when I get feeling better when I'm feeling no pain. Sundown, you better take care if I find you've been creeping round my back stairs. Sundown, you better take care if I find you've been creeping round my back stairs. Sometimes I think it's a sin when I feel like I'm winning when I'm losing again, yeah.